Hey guys, it's Jet. I just got done watching the morning after kill video about Yoteslaya, the titled "The Truth About Yoteslaya's Death 10 Years Later," featuring Predictable Nova. And watching the video weighed pretty heavy on me. Well, for background, before I get started, Yoteslaya was and still is the biggest Borderlands creator on YouTube, who unfortunately was in an accident on between the nights of October 22nd and the morning of October 23rd of 2013. And when when after the accident happened, and a lot of other content creators were told that he got hit by a train, everyone thought it was one of those hee hee ha ha jokes because of the start of Borderlands 2 being, a train accident. And um, like the zombies content he made in zombies YouTube at the time was all about training and like all that. So everyone just thought it was a joke. But then when his channel became basically frozen in time and it was just there, and like the news report came out and everything, it said, and it hit hard. Now, me, I'm 20 right now. I'm about the same age as his kid. And just like thinking like 10 years ago, how I just didn't understand about the thing about death, or like, I don't know, just a YouTuber just dying. I thought like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna make videos for a long time, and understanding it as a 20-year-old weighs in way heavier than like thinking it would as a 10-year-old. Because as a 10-year-old kid, you're dumb, you don't understand anything, blah blah blah. Um, my condolences to all his friends and YouTubers who were like who were helping him, the subscribers he played with. I didn't ever get to play with him because I'm a 10-year-old kid. I didn't really know anything. But um, it's basically just like a little ramble video. Without Yoteslaya, like seeing his Borderlands 2 videos and then getting into like Morning After Kill and um, Jolt's Dude and some other folks, I wouldn't have like I wouldn't have begged my parents for like the Handsome collection when it came out, or like asked to borrow Borderlands 2 from a friend and then get my hopefully like try to get my parents to buy it for me, and like as I was getting in a lot of trouble at then as a kid, like trying to do stuff. We got console banned. I was in trouble with my parents, blah blah blah. And when I could play, Borderlands was like the solace, that I had, like the escapism. And I owe that all to like Yoteslaya and Morning After Kill, but mainly Yoteslaya because that's who I would be watching. Because I was also into zombies too, like me and my brother were. So I'd watch him and like say, "Hey, dude, okay, let's try this with this map." Or my brother never really got into Borderlands because blah blah blah. He just never got into it. He's more of a COD dude. And sorry about all the ums and likes and one. I'm not really good at script writing, and there is no script to this. It's just a ramble session, as I legit just said. Like, knowing that it's been 10 years, it just feels unreal. It feels unreal to know that, like at random things in time, I would just go to his YouTube channel. Like a few days ago, I left a comment saying, "Damn, after all this time, it didn't even click in my brain that it's been almost 10 years." I eventually fell out with Borderlands 2, like not with Borderlands 2, but like the franchise in general. I had a friend who we got really into the pre-sequel. Like I'd go over his house almost every day after school. Like after my mom would let me do your homework and blah blah blah. You can go, and you gotta be back at this time. But like on weekends, I'd be at his house. We'd be playing the pre-sequel. Trying to figure out what's with this, what's with that. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get into it. I would still just be playing. I would still play Halo and Gears of War if it wasn't for Yoteslaya. So I do, thank him for that, and rest easy. This is like 10 years of anything is a long time, but 10 years after his death just, I don't know, it just like seems so close but far. Like I remember it was yesterday. I didn't have my iPod because my mom took it away, but I was listening to like the radio, while remembering like this farming method that Yoteslaya mentioned in his video. Hell yeah. You know, who's going in on that, or fucking or like thinking of like his zombies videos and like showing my friends when my Xbox console wasn't banned. But like, or like when I go over to a friend's house and be like, hey dude, watch this. I learned it off YouTube. Let's try it out. You know? Like remembering his rivalry with Syndicate, or like, you know, just knowing that like he kind of reminded me of those guys on Xbox who were like, you know, who had like a day job and kids and blah blah blah, who would like be super nice to like someone who's, you know, younger, socially like me. It's like, oh yeah, you're doing pretty good, kid, blah blah blah. Here, let me show you this, or do you want to play the campaign? I can help you out. You gotta give me that vibe of him, because he always did play with subscribers. He never let his subscriber count get to his head. And to think that, like, I looked up Killer 6, Morning After Kill, Jolts Dude's the only one who's really close. Out of all of them, he's still the biggest Borderlands 2 YouTuber that is out. There's people who, you know, play Borderlands sometimes, like Oboshu's games, or like, I think that's it. Besides, you know, other small people, but like after all this time with like his channel just being there, frozen in time, he's still the biggest. It's crazy to me. Brian, thank you for having such a big impact on me as a child, you know, leading me into the Borderlands franchise and this pretty great community. You know, learning about Morning After Kill, Jolts Dude, other folks. It's Wallen Dead, rest easy, you know. Sucks, like, you didn't have to go out like that. I know it wasn't your fault, not things out of your control. Like, you know, hopefully you're resting easy now. It's hard to like think. It's hard to like fucking, you know, acknowledge that someone that you really enjoyed as a kid, and while it may be like a little parasocial, I didn't think that I was like his friend or something. It was just some like YouTuber that I like, you know, like, oh, I watch his videos, super helpful. Even though there wasn't like an actual connection, it it's like finding out your favorite artist died, or, you know, someone you like, a popular actor, a voice actor, you know, died. It's in that reign of existence, you know. It wasn't like an idolization. He was really good at what he did. It's just death is hard to accept when it's someone that you enjoy seeing. And you know, how the, you know, whenever I thought of playing Borderlands 2 again, just even for this video, I downloaded a save, as you can see by the modded ammo count and all the kooky stuff, because the saves I had were like under level because I haven't played it in so long. But I came back to play the Commander Lilith DLC and there was an OP10. So, just, it's more like a, I played it just in his memory. As you can see, I'm playing the Haunted Hollow Headhunter pack, which was the last thing that he did play through, you know. He was doing like his walkthrough, his guides, and as you can see, the last video on his channel is what's it called? I'm sorry. Is like a secret boss you can find. But enough of like the little rambling of like how he affected my childhood. So Brian Yoteslaya died in a train accident between the nights of October 22nd and the morning of October 23rd of 2013. He wasn't driving, and you know, if you want the full story, go to the Morning After Kill video. I'll link it in the description. But like hearing that and having the realization, because I did watch the news story, like as a kid, I was just like, didn't understand, like, oh, he got into an accident, you know, stuff happens. I just didn't have this understanding of death, and like hearing Predictable Nova, like I saw her video when she put it out, and how I saw YouTube videos afterwards, but it was taken down to keep his legacy as is. You know, back back in like Tiny Tina DLC time, and around this era, it was like Borderlands 2 was kind of coming to a close ish in its DLC. I know they did add more and more, but like its main stuff was coming down, and he was the guy, and he had this good relationship with other YouTubers. He had a good relationship with subscribers. He'd play with them. He'd, help people out. Blah blah blah. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Now, uh, kind of like collect my thoughts about it. I hope his boys are doing good. I know he had a kid around my age. I think a kid like a few years younger. But I think, watching the Morning After Kill video, and I think the time of 10 years later is pretty appropriate, acknowledging that a lot of the people who were, part of this community were at the time, starting to become teenagers, or like still, little kids. Like I'd say anywhere from like 8 to 13-year-olds was like the biggest, age group who were like watching, YouTube at the time, Vanoss, fucking Syndicate, Yoteslaya, these people who were doing zombies and doing Call of Duty, Yoteslaya was doing Borderlands as well. Like that's where his community came in from, and so this, I'll give, Jay, good job on the good timing, because we're older now. We can actually come to terms fully with it and understand what did happen, what went down, the things of that nature. And so I do appreciate that. Shit. Like I remember when Gearbox put like a little tribute for him in the Tiny Tina DLC, or was it Tiny Tina? I think it was. It's the timeline gets so muddied. Hold on. I'm gonna look up Borderlands 2 Yoteslaya. Yeah, okay. So, looking up, there doesn't seem to be anything, but I thought there was something, like a little quote in a side quest or something. Gearbox won't touch it. Who would guess Gearbox doing something kind of weird? With all that said, I do appreciate you listening to my, I don't know what to call this. I guess it's like a little ramble about Yoteslaya, how it impacted my childhood. But, fly high, playa. I hope he's resting easy, and, play some Borderlands 2. Why not? A little bit of a memory kind of thing. Yeah. Have fun, happy Halloween, and stay safe, y'all.